every single day. Can we agree? Homes sell on Christmas Day. Homes sell every day of the year. Yes, there are some seasonal or cyclical patterns, but again, homes sell for two reasons: price and exposure. If a home is priced right, priced for the location, priced for the condition, priced for the season, it will sell, inevitably, okay? Pricing homes is neighborhood specific. Again, the same reason the realtor may have justified an overprice for the home because they created a CMA which made it appear that that price was appropriate because they did a 5-mile radius search, for example, around the subject property, or a zip code search, or a city search, instead of what? A neighborhood search. Neighborhood by neighborhood, sometimes block by block. And in some cases, house by house. One of our agents on Property Desk over the weekend got a call, $2.1 million home, can you go show it to us? She went out and showed it to them. She called me yesterday. She said, Frank, I can't find comps. They want to make an offer. Okay? You don't find comps on a 2.1 million waterfront in the Woodlands. They don't come up on the market often enough, okay? So you have to just drill. When you get to home specific, it's how badly do they want this house, right? Because when it's gone, there may not be another, certainly not at this price, okay? So at least take a neighborhood approach. So if the home was mispriced, that's very well a reason why it could have been, okay? The listing agent didn't understand or was trying to create the illusion of a higher price so they could get the listing, okay? My approach is intentional and proactive. I have a plan. I do what with that plan? I work the plan. I have a plan, I work the plan. And because I use proven plans and strategies, I can guarantee your house is going to sell, okay? Your house will sell. You list with me, we will sell your house, okay? Absolutely. If you follow my guidance and my advice, we're going to sell your house, okay? Intentional and proactive. 7, we must start with appropriate plans and strategies, okay? Plans and strategies related to what two issues? Price and exposure. There's a theme developing, okay? And that's very intentional. You have a plan for exposing the house and a plan for pricing the house, it will sell. Those two issues cause homes to sell, okay? 8, cost is only an issue in the absence of value. Why would that belief need to be front of mind when talking to an expired seller? What is one cost issue that they might be extremely sensitive to? Your fee, your commission. And I guarantee you, if you start calling expired sellers, you're going to hear this. All right, you want to come out and talk to me? Come on. But don't bother unless you're willing to work for 1%. Okay? We offered that last Yahoo 6%, right? He didn't get nothing done. We're not paying a realtor full price anymore. I understand we got to pay that other realtor who brings a buyer 3%. We're only paying you 1 or 2. Okay? So here's the mindset you need to be in. They're justified in feeling that way. They did not get value from their last listing agent. They perceive you to be in the same role. And so rather than get into a value discussion or confrontation on the phone, you just need to acknowledge that and diffuse that issue. Because the goal of the call is to do what? Get the appointment. Get the appointment. Now I'm going to give you some verbiage for doing exactly that, okay? I'm not seeking your listing, just a conversation. Internalize that, okay? Because you're going to get objections. They're going to push back. And you're just going to have to be soft and persistent. Oh, no, please understand, I'm not calling to take your listing. I'm not sure at this point that a win-win relationship can be created. I'm not sure that your needs can be satisfied. I won't know these things until we have a conversation. So that's all I'm asking for. Let's just get together, have a conversation, talk about your needs, put our heads together, and see if a win-win relationship can be created. Okay? Number 10, there are 2 very different approaches to listing homes. Typical agent, unique consultant. And we'll get into that. This precise definition of our differentiation. Okay? So once you're in the correct mindset, you've internalized these beliefs, okay? You're ready to go. A boxer enters the ring doing what? Sweating, right? You ever see them? Right. Why are they sweating? They've been warming up, right? They don't take their first swing when they get in the ring, right? This is taking your pre-ring swings right here, getting in the right mindset, sweating, like, okay, I'm ready. All right, bring them on, okay? Where's the red meat? I'm going for it, okay? That's the mindset you want to be in. So now making the call, here we go. 85% of the time, what's going to happen? It's going to go to voicemail, okay? So what do you say? Here we go. Look in the second box. Hi, this is Frank. I'm calling in regards to your home for sale. Please return my call at your earliest convenience. Thanks. I hope you're having a great day. Okay? Can you say that? Is that way beyond your skill level? All right. It's simple, right? Anybody can do that. Well, I have just given you ability. Right? So what are you going to have to bring to the table? Willingness. You got to make the call. You got to be willing to make the call so you get the voicemail message so you can say that. Now, if they don't call you back, what do you do next? You call them again, right? Call them the next day, or at least put some separation between your calls. If you're calling in the morning, you can call back in the evening. Okay? Just don't call 2 hours later. All right? Here's your second message, which is a little more specific. Hi, this is Frank with RE/MAX. And I specialize in homes that should have sold but didn't. Please return my call so we can discuss other options you may have for getting your home sold. Thanks and have a great day. Okay? They didn't take the bait on the vague message. So now we're going to be a little more specific. I'm calling because I think I can sell your house. Okay? And here's a little alternate dialogue. It's not much different, but in that second box. Okay? 85% of the time, that's it. You know, hi, this is Frank calling in regards to your home for sale. Please give me a call back. This number. Have a great day. Okay? Now, what if they answer the phone? Okay? Like me, I was shocked. Right, yet 5 till 10. Ah! He answered. Live one. Okay? Here we go. Here's what you say. Hi, my name is Frank with RE/MAX. I noticed your home listing expired today, or expired last month, or expired 2 years ago, and was simply wondering if you still have a desire to sell your home. And if it is an older expiration, you might say, hey, this is Frank with RE/MAX. You may be aware that market values are rising rapidly right now. I know you tried to sell your home 2 years ago unsuccessfully. Do you have a desire to sell your home today? Okay, so just personalize a little bit for the context. Now, if they say no, nope, we don't want to sell anymore, all you have to drop into is thanks, have a nice day. Now that's not very advanced dialogue, is it? And the point of this, look up at the second line from the top. The first goal with any new activity is to build confidence and consistency. We can do better than this dialogue. In fact, I'm going to show you some better dialogue on the next couple of pages, but I don't care if you ever get to it. Phase 1 is make the call. Okay? Make the call. And if they say something that makes you uncomfortable, thank you, have a great day, okay? And move on. It doesn't show up on this page, it's elsewhere in the manual. There's no magic words in this business, only magic acts. And what that means is the magic act is making the call. Now you can improve results. You can improve conversion rates. You can move from consistency to maturity to mastery by improving your dialogue. But the important thing, 90% of the game, is making the call, having the willingness to do that. Okay? So, very simple. No, we don't want to sell. Thanks. Have a great day. But what if they say yes? Yeah, we are kind of thinking about selling. Great. May I set an appointment to come by and talk with you about how to get the home sold? No, I don't think so. We're not going to work with a realtor this time. Thanks. Have a great day. Okay? You don't have to learn anything else but that line. Thanks. Have a great day. Okay? Let it go. But what if they say, yeah, come on out. Yeah, we'd like to hear what you got to say. Then I'm going to encourage you, don't just set the appointment. go to page 22. You don't have to look at it right now, but we'll get there. On page 22, we have a list of pre-listing questions. And it's just, you just roll into the dialogue. Oh, fantastic. Hey, tell you what, before I come out, there's some information about your home that I need to confirm. Okay? And then you'll go through the questions and then set the appointment. Okay? That's simple. Now, little disclaimer. Federal law says you can't call an expired before 8 a.m. or after 9 p.m. Okay? In the old days, old school was you call them at 6 in the morning. Right? Yeah. And what'd you say? When they said, blah, 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 blankety blank blank, don't you know what time it is? What'd the realtor say?
I knew you'd be home.
Oh, I knew you'd be home. There you go. Well, hey, I'm a full-time professional sales agent who's extremely aggressive about getting homes sold. Don't you think if your last agent was this aggressive, your home would have been sold? Okay? Don't you want to be with somebody like me who's willing to do whatever it takes? Okay? Don't do that. Okay? Don't do that. You do this. Do this. Okay? Because you can do this for the long term. You can't do that for the long term, right? Especially now. Okay, you brought it up. You have to make sure they're on the do not call list. I'm not here to give you legal advice. Okay? There are different opinions on whether or not you can call an expired seller. Most expired sellers, like most U.S. citizens, are on the do not call list. However, there is a line of opinion that they have invited this call because they have publicly advertised their desire to sell their home. Okay? Could attorneys argue both sides of it? Yes. Okay, I'm going to share one other factoid with you and let you make your own decision. To date, not a single realtor anywhere in the United States of America has ever been sued for calling an expired seller under the do not call rules. Okay?
I think some people don't even know they're on the
Of course not. Yeah, okay, so y'all heard all that loud and clear, right? Okay, so you make your own decisions. All right, here we go, page 12. This is a little bit more advanced dialogue, kind of moving from phase 1 to phase 2, from that 5 closings a year to 16 closings a year. Okay, we're not going to give up quite so quickly. Hi, my name is Frank with RE/MAX. I noticed your listing expired last month, and I was simply wondering if you still have a desire to sell your home. No, we don't. Okay, we could say thanks and have a nice day, but hey, we got a live one on the phone, right? Let's see how far we can take this. So we follow up with another question. Well, tell me this, have your plans changed? I mean, you had indicated a desire to sell and to move. Have your plans changed? That's a legitimate question. Yeah, they have, in fact. We were going to be transferred and it got canceled. Okay? Okay, well, we got them on the phone, right? So let's take one more swing while we're there. Well, that's fantastic. So happy for you and your family. Tell me this. Do you know anybody else who has a need to buy, sell, lease, or invest? Do you know anybody else? Okay, just take your swing while you got them there. Okay, I taught this class yesterday, and I had an agent say that happened to me. Exactly happened. I asked that question, and they said, as a matter of fact, and gave her a lead. Okay, so take your swing. Okay, if they say no, our plans haven't changed. Essentially, we do still have a need to sell, but we're not willing to meet with you. Then you just stay in here, ask them this question. Hey, why do you feel your home didn't sell? That's kind of default go-to question. If you don't know what else to say, hey, tell me this. Why do you think your home didn't sell? Okay, they probably know homes are selling, right? Why didn't yours sell? Or here's another option. Well, if you could sell your home tomorrow, would you? Or if you could sell your home within the next 30 or 45 days, would you? Because a lot of them at this point just think their home is unsaleable, okay? For whatever reason it didn't sell, now they're discouraged, they're depressed, they're just not going to go there, okay? But if you could, just imagine if you could sell, would you want to, okay? If they give you a bite here, and by the way, when you ask them, why do you feel your home didn't sell? I'm going to give you some dialogue behind that in just a minute, okay? But when they bite on it, let's just say, well, if you could sell your home tomorrow within 30 days, would you? Well, yeah. If somebody paid us a good price, we would sell. Then you drop into the closed dialogue, okay? Well, I'm a real estate consultant who specializes in homes that should have sold but didn't. And if you wouldn't be offended, I'd simply like to come by, introduce myself, gain an understanding of exactly what you're looking for in a successful transaction, and then together decide if I'm the professional who can do the job. Okay, would that be possible? If it's yes, set the appointment. If no, thanks and have a nice day. Or hang in there. And that's what the next page is about. But before we go there, let's just go back to the yes dialogue. Let's follow that tree down, okay? I was simply wondering if you still have a desire to sell your home. Yes. Well then great. When would be a good time for me to come by and talk with you about how to get it sold? If they say yes, go to the pre-listing questions and set the appointment. If they say no, okay, now here they said they still have a desire to sell, right? But they don't want to meet with you. How do you respond? You drop into the same close, okay? Hey, I just wanted you to know I'm a real estate consultant who specializes in homes that should have sold but didn't, okay? So either way, either tree, yes or no, when you hit a no, you're going to drop to here. When you hit a yes, you go to pre-listing questions, page 22. When you hit a no, you drop to this dialogue. Okay? Everybody got that? All right. Make sure. We're going to test you. Live. Okay, page 13. Staying into curiosity. When in doubt, ask the following question. Hey, why do you feel your home didn't sell? When you get any resistance, any no, any hesitation, just have this. You're ready to pull out of your pocket. Well, hey, tell me this. Why do you think your home didn't sell? Okay? Typically, they're going to say, I don't know. Okay? Or they might blame the realtor. Or if they've had some type of epiphany, they might say, you know what, I think we overpriced the house. Okay? Regardless of what they say, you're not going to judge what they say, but start rolling into these questions. Regardless, okay? Well, I think the house was a little overpriced. Well, tell me this, did you have a lot of showings, okay? Oh, we had the most awful realtor in the world. Really? I'm so sorry about that. Hey, did you have a lot of showings, okay? I don't know why it didn't sell. Okay, well, tell me this, did you have a lot of showings, okay? You don't care what they say. You're going to go down this path, okay? Because it relates to any response they can give you, okay? Did you have a lot of showings? What was the feedback from those showings? Did any of the buyers that come through your home buy another home? In other words, were there legitimate buyers who came through? By the way, will they know that? Will they know the answer to that question? No, they won't, okay? They won't know the answers to most of these questions, and there's a purpose for asking them questions they don't know the answer to, okay? I'll touch on that in a moment, okay? Did any home like yours sell while yours was on the market? Okay? Apples to apples, they chose the other apple. Okay? Do you know the pricing benchmarks and trends that exist in your area? Do they know that? No, they do not. Are you aware of any quarterly trends that may exist in your neighborhood? Do they know that? Who would have given them that information? Where could they get that information? From a realtor, right? And we know their realtor hasn't even called them in 3 months, right? So no, they don't have that information. Did you have a price reduction while your home was on the market? Probably not. And if they did, it was inadequate, right? It was a nibble instead of a chunk. Were you informed of the consequences of pricing high in your neighborhood? That's where their previous agent failed, right? Because as a consultant, if you clarify the choices for your client, they're not going to price high. Or if they do, it will be with a pre-arranged agreement that within 5 days, 10 days, 2 weeks, they're getting realistic on price, okay? I realize sometimes they'll listen to everything you got to say, and they're like, well, let's just try, okay? All right, I'm not the decision maker, right? I'm the consultant, and my role as a consultant is to do what? Give options and clarify consequences. Okay, you're the decision maker. If that's what you want to do, I'm going to help you do it, okay? But since we know these are the consequences, let's agree in advance that after 5 days or after 5 showings or some predetermined benchmark, we're going to get realistic about the price. Are you okay with that? Okay, we're going to test it like you want to do. Just in case some naive California buyer flies in here who doesn't understand values and thinks this is the greatest deal in the world. Okay, but then we're going to get realistic. That's the only circumstance under which I would take an overpriced listing. Okay, they know the consequences and they've agreed to get realistic. Okay, all right. Are you aware of any price per square foot ranges of sold and expired homes in your area? They don't know any of that. But by asking all these questions that they don't know the answers to, what you have done is differentiate yourself from typical agent. What's going through their mind is a process of self-discovery. Oh, she talks like nobody I've ever heard. Okay, he talks differently than my last agent. Why didn't my last agent ask me these questions or provide me this information? Okay. If you're going to, by the way, if you're going to get the listing and you're going to get paid a full commission, you have to be different. Okay? And that's what this is designed to do. Okay? Look, next page with me. Other common seller responses. Basically, don't be scared. We know what expired sellers are going to say. There's only a very limited range of options of things they can say, and we're prepared to speak to all of them. Okay? So here are the choices. Hey, I wish you realtors would stop calling me. When might you hear that? The day after their listing expires, okay? If you're calling 2-year-old expired listings, you're not going to hear that. But if you're calling fresh, just expired, guess who else is calling them? Probably. I mean, we might be surprised at how few are calling, but if there's a bunch calling, it's going to be the day or the day after their listing expires.
So just waiting and calling maybe a week later?
If you're going to call 50 a week, I would mix it up and experiment and determine where you're getting your best response. First day, first week, first month, first year, 2 years, and see where you're getting your best response. Just experiment with it.
When we do those a year or 2 years, should we look at the tax information and see if the owner has changed? And see
Sure.
Okay.
Yeah, absolutely. Yep.
I want to just make a comment about, sometimes when you call them and they're fresh.
Yes.
They have relisted,
Yes.
or they've just decided they don't want to list it anymore.
Yeah.
So if you wait a week, I think it's better. You aren't stepping on the previous agent's toes.
Yeah. I think that may very well be the case. Waiting a week might be best, but I'm going to encourage you, if you commit to this source, mix it up and track your results with each different approach and see what works best for you. Okay? All right. Here's our response. Hey, I understand your frustration. Okay? My intent, though, is not to harass you, but rather to help you. So what do you say? I've got tonight available, or would 7 o'clock tomorrow night work better? Okay? Acknowledge, diffuse, and hang in there. Soft and persistent. Never confrontational. Always soft, but always persistent. Okay? Well, I think we're going to relist with our current agent. What do you want to say to that, by the way? Are you crazy? Right? 6 months of failure, you're going to go for another 6? All right? But here's what you actually say. Hey, that's fantastic. Tell me this. Have you signed an extension of your listing yet? And if they say yes, thanks. Have a great day. Okay? If they haven't, then you drop into that closed dialogue. Well, hey, just let me share with you that I'm a consultant who specializes in homes that should have sold but didn't. Okay? And just roll through and see if you can set the appointment. Okay? We're going to take it off the market. A cooling off period, right? As if it hadn't already gone ice cold. Okay? Okay, I understand that, but let me just ask you. If you could sell it within the next 30 to 45 days, would you want to? Would you sell it? If you had a legitimate buyer offering a fair price, would you sell it? Okay? Are you saying you can sell my house in 30 to 45 days? Now, before you read the book answer, you tell me. Can you sell their house in 30 to 45 days? You can sell it in 10 minutes. At the price is right, you'll buy it yourself, right? Absolutely. So here's the answer. I can sell it in 30 to 45 days. However, okay, I would first want to make sure the plan we implement falls well within your definition of a win. Because at the price it would take to sell it in 30 to 45 days might not satisfy their needs. Okay? That's why we have to have a conversation, because we're going to ensure this is win-win. Okay? What do you mean my listing has expired? Okay? Keep in mind their agent hasn't talked to them in 3 months. Signs still in the front yard. Rusty, overgrown with vines. I mean, their agent is probably waitressing at Chili's, right? Doesn't have time to come pick the sign up. Okay? They've forgotten they have a listing. Okay? So be prepared for that. Okay? Well, here's your response. The MLS shows your home to be no longer available for sale. Do you have a copy of your listing agreement? Okay? When was the last time you heard from your agent? Okay? My realtor told me it was the wrong time of year. Okay? They had to have some excuse, and we kind of talked around the dialogue there. Hey, well, do you have a buyer for my home? You'll probably hear that a lot. You want to list my house? Do you have a buyer? Not currently. However, I do receive calls and inquiries on a daily basis. And if I'm working with a buyer whose criteria matches that of your home, it'll be the first one I show. Okay? A completely honest answer, which provides some hope to them. Okay? Well, how much do you charge? Or don't even bother come out unless you're going to discount. Or we already had an agent here last night who said she'd do it for 2%. We're going to list with her unless you just tell me right now you can match that, and then I'll listen to you. How do you handle that? Don't give away your commission on the phone. Okay? And don't blow the opportunity on the phone. Here's some fantastic dialogue. Okay? That's a great question. Since my commission is understandably very important to you, because you want to net the most that you can out of this transaction, how about I come out and share my plan to sell your home, and at the end of our conversation, I'll let you decide what I'm worth. I'll let you decide what to pay me. How does that sound? Is that fair? Okay. What have we just done with their emotions over your commission? We take it off the table, right? What? Really? You're going to let me decide? Absolutely. Once I demonstrate my value, I'll let you decide, because this has to be a win-win relationship. I promise you, 99% of the time you go and you demonstrate your plan for exposure, your plan for price, your commission will never come up. Okay? And if it does, you can defend your value based upon the plans and strategies that you've shared with them. And if in the end they don't want to pay you what you're worth, are you obligated to take that listing? No, absolutely not. So this is a truthful statement. You decide what you're willing to pay me. You decide what you believe my services are worth. If I don't agree, I can walk, right? Because it has to be a win-win working relationship. But you're not going to go there on the phone, because the goal of the phone conversation is to do what? Get the appointment. That's it. Don't blow your opportunity before you get there. All right, maximizing output. And here's just some advanced dialogue. We call this power phrases. This is basically when you just refuse to take no for an answer, or when you realize that no's are the gateway to yes. And you're just going to hang in there. And if they haven't hung up on you, and you have to believe this, if they have not hung up on you, they're still interested, regardless of what they're saying. Okay? They're still giving you a chance. So here's some power phrases to throw in. Okay? When all seems lost, go to one of these. You should never say no until you know what you're saying no to. After all, there might be opportunities that you don't even know exist. Okay? Because they've been telling you no, right? Nope, nope, nope. Hey, you should never say no till you know what you're saying no to. Here's another one. Worst case scenario, you'll find out exactly why your home didn't sell and receive a specific plan for getting it sold. Would that be of some value to you? No cost, no obligation. Okay? That's worst case. Who knows? We may just find out we speak the same language. Okay? We may just find out we want the same things. We may be able to put our heads together and find out that two are better than one. And we can come up with a plan for getting this house sold. Okay? I love this one, my favorite one. Hey, wouldn't it be at least worth an hour of your time to see if there might be a better approach to getting your home sold? That's actually not my favorite. It's coming. At this point, what do you have to lose? Okay, here's my favorite. Hey, you gave your previous agent 6 months. How about giving me 1 hour? Okay? That's a power phrase right there. And then the last one, hey, I would not be calling you if I didn't think I could help you. So how about it? Let's just spend 20 minutes, okay? Just 20 minutes and see if I can't share with you a plan for getting your house sold, okay? And by the way, if you believe that, you can say that with conviction. I wouldn't be calling you if I didn't think I could help you, okay? Very persuasive. Now, the next page, this is like advanced on steroids. You take those power phrases and stack them. And what you've got here on page 16 and 17 are just examples of how to stack the power phrases to common objections that you're going to hear, okay? But there's really no, you can mix them in any order you want. The point is, when you go to stacking power phrases, you pause slightly between each one so they can wave the white flag and say, okay, okay? Or you pause to see if they've hung up on you yet, right? Slight pause and then keep rolling. So let's just do a couple examples. They say no, yeah, we still want to sell our house, but no, we don't want to talk to you, okay? Well, really, you should never say no until you know what you're saying no to, because there may be some opportunities available you never knew existed. Slight pause. I mean, wouldn't it be worth an hour of your time to self-discover that there might be a better approach to selling your home? Hey, worst case scenario is you'll find out exactly why your home didn't sell. Come on. You gave your previous agent 6 months. How about just giving me 1 hour? Okay? I mean, at this point, what do you have to lose? Okay? Hang in there. Hang in there until you hear the dial tone, right? Or they say yes. And then all these responses we've already looked at. You're the 22nd person that's called me today. I wish you people would stop calling me. Okay? We're going to relist with our current agent. We're going to take it off the market. Are you saying you can sell my home in 30 to 45 days? Okay? So roll one out. If they bite, set the appointment, ask the pre-listing questions. If not, hang in there. Okay? Don't give up. Conversational dialogue. Now this is, if they're not objecting, but they have raised a legitimate question about something that you've said and they want more information on it, okay? Well, what's the difference between a consultant and an agent? Okay? This is actually wonderful dialogue for you to internalize. That's a great question, and the answer is all in the way they choose to behave. Okay? An agent assumes instead of asks, talks instead of listens, and is totally focused on taking the listing rather than satisfying your needs. Okay, that's the difference. We're a consultant, not an agent. Honestly, I wouldn't be calling if I didn't think I could help you, so what do you say? Is there a time this week we can get together and talk about a plan for getting your house sold? All right? What do you mean my listing has expired? Good explanation. My realtor told me it was the wrong time of year. More explanation. I'm on page 19 now. What's that? Well, of course. That's just because I know y'all are big enough to read, right? I'm not going to read all this to you verbatim. And most of it is a recapitulation of what we've already seen. It's just packaged these power phrases under an explanation. Okay? Do you have a buyer for my home? Hey, I want to be left alone. You agents are all the same. Okay? This is pretty good softening dialogue here. Hey, I know you're upset. And believe me, you have every right to be. What I'm attempting to do by calling is demonstrate some aggressiveness. The way I see it, had your last agent been this proactive, your home would have sold by now. Okay? Now, you're not having this conversation at 6 a.m., right? Maybe 6 p.m. All I'm asking you to do is channel your frustration in a positive direction by meeting with me. That's pretty good right there, isn't it? Channel that. If at the end of our meeting you don't experience something different, then you can go back to being upset and thinking all realtors behave alike. I know if you give me a chance, you'll indeed discover a better alternative for you and your family. Come on. You gave your previous realtor 6 months. Just give me 1 hour. Just give me 20 minutes. Give me 20 minutes, and I promise you're going to discover that I speak a different language and I have some proven plans for getting homes sold. How about it? Okay? All I'm asking for is a chance. All right, and still more. Page 20. Why didn't you show my home when it was for sale? Now you'll hear that. The earliest real estate conversation I ever remember in my life was when I was 6 or 7 years old, and I think my mother was trying to sell our home FSBO. Wasn't an expired, but it was a FSBO. And the realtors were calling, okay? Hey, this industry hasn't changed. I mean, lead generation, lead conversion's always been the same. I remember her getting so frustrated. That's why I remember it. I mean, this realtor called, and I think the line in those days was, hey, I got some buyers, okay? They're very interested in your home. They all had said the same thing. And my mom just exploded. And she said, you got some buyers, you bring them here right now. I mean, right now, you bring them here. And if you don't ever call me again. Okay. I mean, it was even more colorful than that. But the emotion made an impression on me, okay, as a little bitty boy. And so you'll sometimes hear that expectation from expired sellers. Well, you say you can sell my house. Why didn't you sell it when it was listed? Why didn't you bring me a buyer? Okay? So here's some great dialogue around that. That's a great question, and I appreciate you asking. You see, I'm not just in the business of showing homes, I'm in the business of satisfying needs. So obviously, your home did not match the criteria for any of my clients. Otherwise, I would have shown it. Besides, is it about showing the home or selling the home? Who in the last 15 days has consulted with you about how to get your home sold? Then wouldn't it be worth an hour of your time, okay, to talk about proven plans and strategies for selling your home? So you diffuse, and then you go right back into your persistent approach of setting the appointment, okay? All right. And here's just one more alternative opening dialogue that is given specifically for those of you who are going to be calling the first day the home comes on the market. Okay, when they may be getting bombarded. Okay, Mr. Smith, this is Frank with RE/MAX. Listen, I don't want to bug you because you've probably been bombarded with calls today. However, I do specialize in homes that should have sold but didn't, and I'm